All right, I'm going to put this shit on YouTube. I'm not forgetting to record it this time. If you're here, your subconscious is going to try to get you off of this shit because your subconscious always wants you to be comfortable and wants you to stay doing things that it's familiar with. So ignore those impulses, stay here, grab something to fucking write with, because my intentions with this is to literally change your entire life. So, okay, say me if you were here yesterday and you're here today. All right, look at that. Look at that. There's that many people that were here yesterday because the slideshow is that fucking good that it's worth coming to twice. So if you're here, try to stay here the whole time. Don't have the attention span of a fucking goldfish. Don't succumb to the boredom, but I'm not going to let it be boring. This is information that school should have taught you, your parents should have taught you, but everyone failed to teach you it. Everyone. The fact that you have to learn it from the internet should tell you everything you need to know about the system and how fucking rigged it is. Everyone failed to teach you this. We got 2 more minutes before I get into it here. I'm grateful for everyone, grateful for everyone's attention. Your time, more importantly, your time is the most valuable thing that you will never get back. So the fact that you are spending it here with me in this community, I appreciate you. I commend you. You guys are what make me me. I will always value you guys' time, attention. See some familiar faces. It's fucking dope. All right, now before we start this, where in the world is everyone attending from? Pennsylvania, Georgia, Florida, Georgia. Fuck. Jesus. All over the world. Egypt, that's sick. All over the world. It's wild. It's wild. Australia. Insane. Insane. All right, 5:29. Let's get after it. All right, you guys see my screen good? Can I get a thumbs up if you guys can see my screen? Because I can't hear you guys. Just give me a quick little thumbs up. Thumbs up. Where's the chat? I gotta find the chat. I lost it. What the fuck? Man, Zoom is confusing. All right, I got this thing. Chat. Oh, there we go. I'm a boomer. I'm a fucking boomer. All right. Drop a W in the chat if you're ready for me to get it into the slideshow. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. And I want to see how old everybody is too. So I know who I'm talking to. 19, 60, 23, 20, 27, 26, 17. All right, we're pretty diverse here. Pretty diverse, but we have some pretty, for the most part, we have some pretty young, malleable minds. Man, if I had access to this information I'm about to tell you guys when I was younger, holy shit, man. Holy shit. Would life be different? I mean, incredibly grateful for where I'm at, but shit, man. All right. Without further ado, why is this red? Can you guys see this red box on my screen? Why is that there? It's a weird fucking red box. Okay, anyway, it's whatever. It's a red box. All right, everybody. Today we're going to be covering how to escape the matrix and liberate yourself so you don't spend the rest of your life working as a slave, chasing money, chasing this illusionary dollar, thinking that it's the thing that's going to fulfill you and make you happier, because that is never the case. We are witnessing history. Like, obviously, you can see a difference in the quality of life. And this all started with a mentality shift. And I'm going to show you exactly how I became the type of person that is worthy of a life like this. Who am I and why should you listen to me? A lot of you guys know this already because you wouldn't be here if you didn't know me from TikTok. So here is just like a bunch of random shits. First company at 19, I dropped out at 19. I had no plan. A lot of people think that they need a plan to drop out XYZ, but you don't. You just need to believe in yourself. You need to have faith in yourself. Those are the most important things. I grew a following of over 2.3 million people in 2 years. touched the lives of 70 million people. That's kind of ballpark because I have like 100 million likes almost. Created a network of worth over $300 million all on my own without the help of anyone. I only say this shit just so you guys realize how fucking possible it is. My GPA in high school was like literally a 2.3, like literally 2.3. And everyone thought I was fucking stupid. And I always knew that, like, okay, well, I see through the system. These people simply just don't see what I see. And that's not a reflection of them. That's just, or it is a reflection of them. And it's actually funny that the people who have the best grades are just the most compliant. They're the best at doing what they're told. So do not think your grades reflect your intelligence level, because that's not the case. So what we're going to cover today, the matrix, what exactly it is, what's keeping you stuck inside the matrix, the reality of the matrix, and the importance of using your money as a tool. So before we get really into it, get something to write with, because this is going to be insane. This is going to be absolutely insane. So write down why you came here today. Your intentions behind this. Like, write down why you came here today, what you're looking to get out of this, because this will activate your reticular activation system. When you know what you're looking for, the easier it is to find. And drop a W when you're ready for me to go. So I don't want to get on before everyone's done writing. W. Cool. Awesome. All right. Let's get it. So the matrix is a society in which people, you on the other side of the screen, the society is people like you, are conditioned to think and act in a way that serves the elites, serves the ultra rich at the cost of your humanity, your autonomy, your mental health, and your creativity, your ability to govern yourself. That's what we're sacrificing. What makes the matrix work is everyone's lack of awareness that they are inside of the matrix, behaving in accordance to the rules that are placed upon us rather than our own rules. Every single day we operate subconsciously. 95% of our day is subconscious. And so everything we do is basically because we've been told to do so. Even the things that we don't understand about ourselves, the way we tie our shoes, the way we do our laundry, every little thing we do is basically because someone taught us this. Someone instilled in us, this is how you do this. This is the right way to do this. But what we never know is who told them how to do that. So we live in a world where you have to go to college. How many of you, drop a W in the chat if you've been told that you have to go to college? It's almost to the point where you have no other choice. You're in high school, and the question isn't, are you going to college? It's where you're going to college. We live in a world where piling up debt is normal. 85% of Americans are in debt. That means 85% of Americans are slaves. You have to follow your dreams, but be realistic. Someone said, I feel so stuck. If you feel stuck, stay to the end. I'm going to give you a solution. A good life is a stable job, a family, a big house, and a white picket fence. And it's crazy because when I say those words, that still probably sounds like a nice life to you, because we don't know how good life can be outside of the matrix. You guys literally just are totally unaware of how beautiful and how opportunistic a life outside of the matrix can be. Social media dictates our mood. People value money over freedom. Trading your time for money is just how it is. How many of you guys live in a household where pretty much everyone in the household is conditioned to work a regular job? Drop a W. I know I grew up in a household where that was the case. It's like passive income wasn't a thing. The only thing was like you work a job. If you aren't working 2 to 3 times a week, you don't get to drive your car. Being instilled from a young age that I have to work to enjoy certain things. You'll be happy when you get this new shiny material object. And I know there's 255 of you cute motherfuckers in here that still probably have the ideology that buying new expensive things is what's going to fulfill you. That will never be the case. It'll never be the case. The value of the dollar is getting lesser and lesser while the rich are getting richer and richer. And what are you doing to hedge yourself against this? How are you protecting yourself from hyperinflation? I know so many people that don't even acknowledge the fact that we're about to enter one of the gnarliest recessions potentially of all time. Of all time. Like, do you guys, like, does that sink in when you guys think about that? Because when I think about, like, holy shit, we're about to experience one of the worst recessions of all time, I think, holy fuck, I need to be hoarding cash so that when the opportunities of investments come along, I can, because it's either an opportunity that will slingshot and propel you into abundance, or it will rinse you. And then once you're poor, your social mobility goes to zero. Do you guys understand social mobility? Do you understand that there practically is none anymore? Like, if you are someone who has no phone, you can't really have a bank. So if you are poor, how do you expect these homeless people to live in a world where no one has cash? You can't. And that's their agenda. That's the elite's agenda, to get rid of cash, to fuck over as many people as they possibly can. It's going to get so ugly. And this inflation, they've done studies on where all the money for this inflation is going. It's going to corporate greed. It's going to all these ginormous corporations that are just greedy. The things don't need to be as expensive as they are. They just don't. And we are the only species on Earth that pays to be here. The only single one. The Matrix wants you to believe that the government has your best interest in mind. If Joe Biden has not shown you that politics and the government is fucking rigged and corrupt, the fuck are you doing? Use your eyeballs. The dude can't even talk. And you're telling me that is the most intellectual human that we could have had as president? Come on. Don't be stupid. They want you to believe that life is fair and nothing is rigged, that they don't only care about money. They're not doing everything for profit. The education system is for children's expansion, that the food is healthy, that the healthcare systems care about your health, that money is more important than health. People value a paycheck over their well-being. And it's saddening. It's so saddening. They want you to believe that manifestation and vibration is voodoo conspiracy. And you know that the government came up with the term conspiracy themselves? You know that wasn't a term before like 1970 when people were exposing the truth, so they needed to come up with a phrase to like ridicule the people that were questioning things. They want you to believe that we aren't slaves. The global elite look at us as like cattle. They think what they're doing is for the greater good of humanity. The global elite's agenda is to depopulate the planet. And if you can't see that, fuck, man. All right, drop a W if you're still paying attention. You haven't had the goldfish brain kick in yet. I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of you guys for being here, spending your time here, because like everyone your age they don't care. They would rather be ignorantly blissful. And we have to accept that. We can't change people, guys. Like all you can do is plant seeds. All I can do is plant a seed in someone's brain. I can't force someone to want to be better. I can't. All right. So what I'm gonna uncover here is the truth about the educational system. You guys hear me talk about how corrupt it is, but this is why I don't trust doctors. And I'm not telling you to not trust doctors, but this is why none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense because of this. To eliminate the competition John D. Rockefeller hired a contractor named Abraham Flexner to submit a report to Congress in 1910. This report concluded that there were way too many doctors in medical schools in America, and that all the natural healing modalities which had existed for hundreds of years were unscientific quackery. With new laws in place, Rockefeller teamed up with Andrew Carnegie and started funding medical schools all over America with the strict condition that they only taught allopathic medicine. Through the power of their huge grants, this powerful team systematically dismantled the previous curricula of these schools, removing any mention of the healing power of herbs or natural treatments. Teachings on diet and other natural non-drug treatments were also completely removed from medical programs. After removing traditional medicine from medical schools, Rockefeller made sure to secure his monopoly by launching a targeted smear campaign against his competitors. Homeopathy and natural medicines were discredited and demonized through the newspapers and the media of the time. Some doctors were even jailed for using natural medicine treatments, including treatments that had been used safely and effectively for decades before. Do you guys understand how fucked up that is? Do you guys understand? Drop a W if you understand how fucked up that is. Like, do you understand how fucked up that is? Do you guys remember that that rapper Nipsey Hussle? Do you guys remember Nipsey Hussle? Well, Nipsey Hussle got killed because he was working on a documentary that covered Dr. Sebi, who talks about all of these natural holistic healers, like healers of cancer, healers of AIDS. He found holistic ways to heal all of these things. And they killed Dr. Sebi. And then Nipsey Hussle was going to make a documentary about Dr. Sebi, and they killed him. So this is why I don't trust medical students, because they don't even know where their own curriculum came from. They don't even know the source of what they're studying came from. So how many of you guys are in college or debating on going to college? And also type in the chat why you're going to college. Why would you go to college? Why are you in college? These are all pretty horrible reasons. Yeah, you can take a picture of the slide. These are all pretty horrible reasons, because these reasons usually are for reasons other than yourself. You guys got a good reason. Handful. All right, I got a lot to say about all that shit. I got a lot to say. So these are just the pros. We don't need to get too deep into this. But according to Google, these are the pros of going to college. There's really none. Saying great networking value, a 9.1% return on your college degree. All awful fucking reasons. Like, realistically, you can network outside of college. Gives college students opportunities to explore careers. You can do that outside of college. All of these things you can do outside of college. And I'm living proof of this. I am living proof, because I didn't go to college. Well, I did, but I dropped out, moved to Florida, had a giant come up, and now I get to go party with University of Miami students when I never would have made it into the University of Miami, nor would I have had the money to pay for it. So it's even better than if I were to go to college. I don't even want to talk about the debt. How many of you guys that are in school are going to be in debt? Drop it in the chat. Oh, my heart hurts. My heart hurts for you guys, because you don't need to do this to yourself. When you are in debt, all the money that you make isn't even yours. It's not even your money. It's not even your money because you have to give it to the fucking government. Why do we all believe college is the best or even a good choice? You likely have been told your whole life by your parents and your peers that college is normal, necessary, profitable, etc. You must be the first one in your lineage to change the patterns. You have to be. You have, like, your whole family, your whole ancestry relies on you breaking out of the fucking patterns. Your whole lineage relies on you. Unless you want to be a lawyer, engineer, architect, you can create your own livelihood, and it's never been easier. Like, literally, I hope you guys can hear the passion and the conviction in my voice when I say that you can do fucking anything. Like, I genuinely want to connect with you on the other side. I'm tired of yelling. It just happens sometimes. I genuinely want to get the point across that you don't need anything other than yourself and a community of people that believe in you. Like, you don't need to spend $50,000 for a fucking degree. You don't need to spend $50,000 for a piece of fucking paper that says you can comply and do what you're told. You don't need that. You have to realize that everything is hearsay. Everything that we believe, I talked about this at the beginning, but everything that we believe is only because someone else believed it and told us. But where did they get that information? Where did our parents get that information? Were they informed? Were they aware of what's going on? Likely not, because this information is just now coming out. It's just now becoming mainstream to know this shit. The Matrix wants you to believe. Look how fucking, like, that's a real picture, guys. That's a real picture. Does that literally hurts my heart to look at. And for a lot of people that want business degrees and shit, this is what a business degree gets you. This is literally a business degree. Like, the reason why they're trying to masculinize women is to tear up the family unit. They're trying to say toxic masculinity for people and men that are traditionally masculine. They're trying to tear up the family unit. This is why they're pushing LGBTQ. I don't give a fuck if you're LGBTQ or not. I support everybody. I don't give a fuck. But the reason why they're promoting it and pushing it so much is to tear up the family unit. They want to depopulate the planet as much as they can. That means lowering reproduction. And when your kid's at school all the fucking time, who's raising your kid? Who's raising your kid? If you're not the one that's seeing your kid all the time, who's raising your child? Not you. The Matrix wants you to believe that living in this concrete jungle full of commotion and pollution is the better alternative to living off the grid, growing your own food, catching your own food, killing your own food. I can't really say much about this because I live in the city right now, but trust me, I'm getting the fuck out. I'm getting the fuck out. But you guys realize the reason they're pushing you into a city is so you become even more reliant on the government. They want you as dependent on them as possible. Because when you're in a city, it's not like you're going to catch your own food. It's not like you're going to grow your own food. It's not like you can go get well water. You're dependent on them for everything. That's why they're glamorizing big cities. When the truth is, big cities fucking suck. Everyone's like, oh, there's so much to do in big cities. There's really not much to do in big cities other than go get fucked up. Truth. This is the reality of the Matrix. The truth is, you go into school with a young, flourishing mind, thinking outside the box. And then they teach you what to think, not how to think. They don't teach you how to use your fucking brain. When did a teacher ever, and it's not like the teachers are the bad people. I feel like the teachers have good intentions, but they're just bots. A majority of teachers are bots. And I never had a teacher that wasn't a bot. Like, has anyone ever had a teacher that wasn't a bot? Just say yes or no in the chat. Only substitutes. That's so true. I would always have that one sub come in and he was just fucking sweet as fuck. That's funny. But this is the reality of the Matrix. A man who lacks purpose distracts himself with pleasure. A human who lacks purpose will distract themselves with pleasure. Whether you find that in food, gambling, porn, if you lack purpose, you're going to seek pleasure, temporary pleasure. Now we're going to be talking about how to escape the Matrix and create your reality. All right, this is where you're going to want to take a lot of notes. All right, drop a W if you guys are ready. You are unaware. You think you're aware, but you have only just to begin to realize. Your awareness is like a flower that is just now starting to bloom in the beginning of spring. Social conditioning, we believe everything we've been told blindly. When people tell me shit, I will never just blindly believe them until I see it with my own two eyes. I never just trust, especially when it comes to the government. I will never just blindly trust what the government fucking tells me. So a lot of people are going to give me shit on this one. But I don't know. I don't know what I feel. I don't know how I think or feel about the earth being round or flat. I have no fucking idea. Have any of you guys been to space? Serious question. Any of you guys been to space? Anyone been to space? Because I only believe what I see with my two eyes. I only believe what I see. And every time I see Earth from like 50,000 feet up in a plane, that shit looks flat as fuck. And the only reason why we believe that the Earth is round is why? Why do we believe the Earth is round? Because we were told. I'm not going to get too deep into the flat Earth and round Earth shit because it doesn't really make a difference. Well, it does make a difference because if the Earth is flat, then everything was designed perfectly. That means we aren't here by coincidence. The reason why they want us to believe that the Earth is round is so that we think we're here by random fucking Big Bang conspiracy or Big Bang coincidence. Until like people are trying to tell me it's round, it's flat. I don't care what you think. Unless you have been to space, I don't give a fuck what you think. Like I won't believe anything anyone tells me about it until they have gone in a rocket ship and seen space themselves. Period. Anyway, all right. Consumerism. We've been fed that buying new expensive things and wasting our money on stupid shit is what's going to liberate us. I know people that as soon as they get their paycheck that they worked so hard for, they'll go and buy a new $2,000 TV, or they'll go buy $150 sweatpants, or they'll go buy $200 Jordans. It's painful, bro. When you could use that money for fucking anything. Anything. We live in a world of just a vicious cycle of rat race. We work hard to make our money. We blow it on something stupid as soon as we get it. We work hard to make our money. We blow it on something stupid that doesn't help us at all. Vicious fucking cycle. Vicious fucking cycle. You have to realize that everything is to keep you dumb and thinking like a good little slave. The news and the movies are all to keep you fucking stupid. They're to distract you from what's really going on. There's a good quote that goes, how's it go? Give them bread and circus and they will never overthrow. I don't know if it's the word overthrow, but give them bread and circus and they will always comply. If you distract a man with pleasure, he will never question what's really going on. That's why every fucking fat American 40-year-old man watches football every fucking day of the week. Or watches. It's just so heinous. It's just so heinous. Drugs, porn, alcohol, nicotine, stimulants that lower your vibrational state and keep you dependent on something outside of yourself is keeping you back from seeing your true potential. You need to have a conversation with the man in the mirror. If you are addicted to something, you need to have a conversation with the man or woman in the mirror. God is always watching. When you say you're going to do something and you don't do that thing you said you're going to do, you're building a reputation with yourself. God is always watching. God is always watching. All right, drop a W if you guys are following along. And last, well, no, we got a few more after this. What's keeping you stuck in the matrix is low quality food. How can you expect to operate at your 100% potential if you can't even treat your body right, bro? How can you expect that? If you can't even eat good fucking food. And all right, I'm going to talk about this in another slide. I'll talk about it in another slide. You're eating Wendy's, bro. That's a bot behavior. Bot fucking behavior. Dude, I would rather not eat than eat fast food. You have any idea what that shit does to your gut, bro? You have any idea what that fucking Wendy's is doing to your microbiome? You're getting fucked. You're getting fucked. How can I stop eating shit? So it's like you take control of your hands. You know, like these things you have pretty, like, I like to think you guys have pretty good control over these things. Yeah. You just like don't pick up the food that you're going to put in your mouth. And then that's that, you know, it's like a 2-step process. Just don't eat shitty food. Like, what is everyone eating today? I'm genuinely curious. Drop it in the chat. Because today I had 3 eggs. I think that's all I had today. I had 3 eggs and like 4 shrimp. That's it. Because like we don't need to eat all the time. We don't need to eat all the time. Food is just another stimulant. That's why people are so fat. Because they're addicted to the stimulant. Because when you're eating, you don't have to think. You don't have to think because you're just chewing. You're stimulated. You're there. You're like zoned. Unless you're bulking. Yeah, I agree. Unless you're trying to become like Mr. Olympia, you don't need to eat a lot. Yeah, I want to get big, but I can eat 2 steaks a day, get 130 grams of protein in 2 steaks. And you're good. And you're good. All right. You have to become aware that your thoughts create your emotions and your emotions lead to your actions. And this is a vicious cycle right here. Your thoughts create emotions and your emotions create your actions, and that will create your reality. This is why you need to practice mindfulness, because right now you're probably in a state where you're allowing all of your thoughts to come in and you're thinking that you are your thoughts. You have to learn the skill of knowing what thoughts to identify with, because you're not every thought that you think. And right now you probably think that you are the thinker. You don't really realize that you are the awareness of the thoughts. when you realize that you are when you realize you are the observer of the thoughts, a whole new form of consciousness begins in your brain. And then you choose what thoughts you give power to. I refuse to believe in anything that takes my power away from me. If I have a bad thought, I just let it in. I let it in, let it out. You got to let everything flow through you. All right. How many of you guys aren't utilizing social media because you're afraid of judgment? Serious question. How many of you guys want to start a brand where you actually speak your thoughts, but you don't? You guys, the people that are going to judge you are the people that are sitting in their mom's basement. And that's always going to be the case. You will never receive negative, non-constructive criticism from someone that is doing more than you. Because someone that's doing more than you will always respect your grind, regardless of what you're grinding in. Someone that's doing more than you will always give you kudos and be like, keep it up, bro. Unless the person is a total egotistical douchebag, you're never going to find someone doing more than you that has anything negative to say at all. Unless it's constructive criticism. So use this as your sign to start posting your fucking thoughts before the window is completely gone. We have never seen something like TikTok, where look at how many people are in this fucking Zoom call right now. None of us would be here if I didn't just speak my mind. None of us. Does anyone find that absolutely fucking crazy? Or is that like, I find that insane. We have people all around the world that are here just because some kid decided to start talking to his phone. And like, you guys can all do something similar. Like the probability of this many people being in the same place when we're all from different corners of the earth is like zero. Like literally zero. You guys need to commit. You guys need to seriously commit to breaking free from the matrix. Like, I know it probably makes you incredibly uncomfortable to think about going all in on yourself and leaving the safe path behind you. I know it probably makes you uncertain and anxious when you think about, oh, fuck, man, it's really all on me. That is the only way to succeed. That is literally the only way you will make it. That is the only way. School does not want you to be rich. It doesn't. And it'll never help you do so. And if you can't make the decision now, how much more time are you going to waste? How much more moments are you going to let burn by because your fear of what if? How long are you going to let that fear of what if control you? When you see a Ferrari drive by or you see a Lamborghini drive by, I would bet my life savings that none of us have ever thought, damn, what is that man's college degree? Because we don't associate abundance with college. We don't. The only way to experience the abundance that we're all capable of experiencing is by taking matters into our own hands. Period. And a lot of people tell me they have so many ideas. They don't know what to do because they have so many ideas. You need to decide which one you're going to go all in on. You need to go all in on one of them, and you can't chase. The man who chases two rabbits catches his none. You have to decide and you have to commit. And you need to get clear on what it is you want. Like absolutely precise, precision. And you also need to determine if the 1% is for you or if it's not. Because being in the 1% is stressful as fuck. It is so much. It is grueling. It is sickening how much you have to work, but it gives you more freedom. But instead of working 40 hours a week and making a salary, you work 80 hours a week, but you jurisdict where your money's coming from. You're not relying on someone else. And you need to find out what's important to you. Someone just said, just tell us how to make money already. Bro, I'm telling you how to make money doing something that you actually care about. I'm not just gonna, bro, bot. You're a bot. And you need to get clear on what you want because your life is a sum of your decisions. A sum of your decisions. Where you are right now is a reflection of what you were doing a year ago today. So if you were chilling a year ago, what do you do? Where are you at right now? Chilling. So if you want to be not chilling a year from now, where you want to be living a life of your own design, you have to start right now. You have to start today. Travis, I appreciate you, bro. All right, and we need to level up your mindset, your character, your habits, and your network. You have to believe that you can take control. A lot of you guys doubt yourself, and I'll tell you right now, doubting yourself doesn't work. It won't work. It won't work. You have to realize that you are the captain. But like when you think these things, you can't just think them, you have to feel them. You have to feel them. Language or vibration is the language of the universe. And you must develop your character. You must be someone who can do things when you don't feel like it. A lot of people say, well, how do you become rich? How do you do X, Y, Z? Because it starts with doing things you don't want to fucking do when you don't feel like doing them. You know, your subconscious knows what you need to do. And that's exactly why you don't do it. It's out of your comfort zone, and your brain's job is to keep you comfortable and safe. You know what you need to do. You wake up every day and you know what you need to do. You need to lean towards resistance. And you have to prioritize every single moment of your life accordingly. If you really want to succeed, you have to take control of your life. All right, next person to say some troll ass comment. I'm kicking you. Yeah, I'm gonna post this on YouTube. There's a lot of bots in here though. Just ignore them. Just ignore them. And you have to develop habits, and you have to stay. Just ignore. Like, I don't need to kick them because they're just wasting their time. Let people waste their time. It's honestly hilarious when people waste their time. How many of you like struggle with being consistent with journaling, meditating, visualizing? Just say me, W, whatever. Someone said it's so hard not to get caught up. And that's why so few people make it. Because it's not hard to not get caught up. It's just your priorities aren't in the right spot. When you prioritize what you need to do, it's not hard. It's not hard at all. But when your friend hits you up and you're like, yo, let's go out tonight, and you're like, oh, fuck, I have to, your priorities aren't in the right spot. When your friend texts you, yo, let's play Xbox. When you know you need to do shit, your priorities aren't in the right spot. And to level up your network, you have to become someone that is worthy of a high value network. You yourself have to become high value, and that doesn't mean you have a lot of money. That doesn't mean you have a fuck ton of money. It means that you can think for yourself. You're smart. You've read. That you believe in yourself. And now this is one of the most important slides that we're going to have this entire time. This is the most important slide because I can guarantee every single one of you think scarcely because this happens to everyone. It even happens to me sometimes when I have a good amount of money, I still get stuck in the cycle of clinging onto money and not allowing it to move through me. You have to use your money as a tool to use things that are going to help you make more money, to help you level up your brand, to help you level up your brain. And the average American will never do this. The average American will never go out of their way to pay for knowledge. That's why so many people are fucking slaves. Every single successful person has paid for a mentorship, has invested in themselves. And if you could find me someone who has it, even Michael Jordan had coaches. Tiger Woods has a swing coach. The best of the best have teachers. And if you don't detach from your money and use it for what it's for, like a tool, you're going to be stagnant for such a long time. You need to allow money to be like water and move through you. Because when you cling onto your money and there's a good opportunity in front of you and you value your money over experience and opportunity, you're showing the universe that you are scarce, that you don't allow money to move through you. So money's not going to come to you as freely because there's a resistance. You have to have a good relationship with money. And this comes over time by building trust with yourself, only using money to buy beneficial things, except for when you deserve something, when you earn something. I only allow myself to buy things for pleasure when I really fucking earn it. I have a friend from home. I love him to death. I grew up with the kid. We've always been pretty open with each other about how much money we have. And he's got like $12,000 to his name. I'm like, bro, that's good. Like, that's like the most money you've had in a long time. And then I call him the next day and he's like, yeah, I just spent $2,000 on a TV. I'm like, bro, you just spent 10% of your net worth on a fucking TV, bro. And they just don't get it. They just don't get it. And I'm like, dude, like, that is a prime example of you buying something that is just going to take away from you making more money. And that's just one example, though. Like, people buy clothes, like, obviously you need clothes, but I've had the same clothes since fucking freshman year of high school. Like, I still wear the same hoodies from freshman year of high school because I just don't fall into the trap of consumerism. Someone said you need a good running Discord. Bro, I have the best Discord of all time in the Create Reality Discord. I literally have the best Discord of all time. They want you to be a slave and use your money scarcely. Please, please, deeply internalize this. Please, deeply. When you look at everything that costs money, start thinking. Look at it and say, how will this help me? How will this $200 hoodie help me? It won't. Because you already have fucking hoodies. And once a lot of you guys go through Create Reality, you'll then begin to realize that money can go very far when you are intentional with how you use it. When you use money properly and you don't just fucking blow it on stupid shit, your perspective will change on everything. This is why I just don't buy stupid shit. The only thing I spend money on now is healthy food to take care of myself, investments back into my business, and that's fucking it. I can't tell you the last time I bought clothes. I can't tell you. The only thing I'm buying are things that are going to make me better as an individual. Especially with the recession coming up, guys, like, you guys have to know how to deal with this shit. It's gonna get so ugly. And I don't say this shit to scare you. I don't say it to scare you, but holy fuck. You need to be able to protect yourself. Absolutely. Oh, I mean, okay. Someone said you can't admit to buying anything nice, cars, tech, etc. Okay. I learned the hard way, truthfully. I have 2 cars, and I wish I didn't have them. I wish I had 1 fucking car. But this is, you have to, I'm teaching you these lessons because I learned them the hard way. This is why I'm credible in like teaching you these things. Because I've learned them the hard way. All of these things I've learned. And technology is an investment in my business. I can't sell my cars, they're leases. I know, it's unfortunate. So now I just got to make the most of it. A new laptop is necessary. Exactly. Like when your intentions with the purchase are rational and you're not just buying things for pleasure and quick hits, then it makes sense. Then it makes sense. All right, recap. You need to understand what's keeping you stuck inside the matrix. And stay till the end if you guys want to ask me questions. At the end, I'm going to allow you guys to raise your hands. You need to work on your awareness, question everything. Stop being so fucking comfortable all the time. If you're comfortable, you're not doing something right. Your lack of clarity. If you can't tell me your next 5 moves, if I asked you right now, what are your next 5 moves? None of you guys would be able to tell me. If I put you on the spot right now and called on one of you randomly and said, what are your next 5 moves? How are you going to get rich? Tell me right now. None of you would give me a good answer. None of you. And you need to believe in yourself. On top of all those things, once you combine those things and you commit to breaking free, you go to one bridge and you burn all the other bridges. You become addicted to difficult tasks and you move towards the things that you don't want to do. And you get clear on your life outside of the matrix. You paint a perfect picture of your mind and what your ideal life looks like and do it as precisely as you possibly can. All right. Drop a W if you found that shit informational as fuck. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. We're not done yet, but drop a W. That was... All right, and now drop a W if you're ready to hear what exactly is Create Your Reality. Because I know you guys have heard me talk about what Create Your Reality is countless times, but this is where I'm going to give you the actual precise definition of what Create Your Reality is. All right, you guys ready? Let's fucking give it. Create Reality is simply the greatest online experience of all time. And I can say this with complete confidence and complete conviction. It's one of the only places to connect with people that are on the same wavelength as you. One of the only places where you can connect with people all across the entire world that think exactly like you do. All of us here have ended up divinely. And when we think about the odds, like I said earlier, it's fucking 0. It's 0. Someone in the Zoom call could become your best friend in the coming months, and you might end up taking a vacation together or moving in together, starting a business together, because that's the type of community that Create Reality is. It's already happened to Create Reality. 2 kids are moving in together that met inside Create Your Reality. People are taking vacations together to Miami all the time. It's fucking insane. So in Create Your Reality, yeah, someone asked if I already bought Create Reality, you have access to Create Reality forever, which I'm going to talk about. Lifetime access to Create Reality experience. Every every time Create Reality launches, we have a Zoom call every week for 6 weeks. So drop a W if you found this call fun, informative. We have a call just like this literally every single week. Every single week. With just the members in the community, so you don't have to deal with the fucking trolls that we were just dealing with. Members only, people that are actually dedicated and driven to get after it. Every single week. You can ask me anything. Connect with people in the Zoom call. It's an actual incredible community. And you have access to the Discord. I can't begin to express the value of those connections in the Discord. Like, I know that if you guys are in here, you think differently than all of your friends. I know it. I can just tell, because you wouldn't have spent an hour in here listening to me talk if that was not the case. And because I dealt with the same shit, guys. I dealt with the same exact problem of thinking differently than all my friends, and I didn't know where to go. I had to keep so much bottled up. But with Create Reality, it gives you an opportunity to actually connect with people that won't judge you for how you think. So you have access to all those Zoom calls every single week. You have access to the community forever. And then you have access to the course, where I basically have slideshows just like this, but 56 of them diving deep into how you can implement everything that I've implemented into my life to create your own version of your reality. Can't forget that you have lifetime access to the trading Discord as well. So if you want to make money trading, I go live in the trading Discord every single day, call out trades with other trading experts, where we're literally making people money every single day. You have access to that for free when it's usually $25 a month. And there's a men's and women's only section to help men become high value men and women become high value women. Right now, guys, I can't express this enough. This is the last time Create Your Reality will ever be the price that it is. Ever. So next year at this time, you're going to be looking at a Create Your Reality launch that's $1,000. 143 responses. Given Create Your Reality was $250, what do you think Create Your Reality was worth? 34% said 500, 17% said 1,000, 20% said 350. This is the last time I will ever be doing $200. And to literally mitigate all risk, to get rid of all the risk, so all the uncertainty, how confident I am in Create Reality. If you don't like it, in 7 days, I will refund you all of your money. No questions asked. Who's ready for me to send the link? Drop a me in the chat if you're ready for the link. This is the only time you will ever see Create Reality at this price, ever. And if you don't like it, all your money, right back to you. That's how confident I am in Create Reality. We're about to open this shit up for Q&A as well. I'm incredibly excited. I do have payment plans. I forgot to mention this yesterday on the call that there are payment plans as well. You just got to scroll to the bottom of the page. But I'm incredibly excited to connect with everybody in there. And is anyone in Create Reality in here that wants to talk about their experience with Create Reality? And then we'll start answering questions. Just raise your hand.